Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to be working on the Porsche today. I got to get this car up to snuff. I mean, it's already legal and licensed and all that, but just a few things that are like broken or a little wonky that I want to get straightened out. Um, Today I'm going to be working on the third brake light, the one that's in the rear window. Let me show you that one. Okay, the light I'm talking about is this guy that's right here. And if I open this up, I can see I've got an old shroud here, and this thing is all busted and cracked. I discovered that it's not just the shroud, it's the whole light fixture, because I ordered a new one, and it's got the light in it, and this is the whole piece. Looks pretty simple, just a couple screws. There's where you plug in the light is right there. So pretty straightforward. The hard part is going to be I have to remove all this plastic trim, it looks like, to get to it. I got to remove this guy, pull that down, and the light actually resides right up in here. You can see a little bit poking out right there. So I've got to, in order to pull that down, there's no seams anywhere like in any of this trim, so this whole piece has to come off, and I'm hoping that these other pieces don't. And I've been looking online trying to figure out some directions on how to do it, but I'm not finding anything, so I'm just going to figure it out and film it for you guys. Just to give you guys a view from the inside, like this is what I see in my rear view mirror. And I'm not really crazy about that, you know. So that's kind of why I want to do it, is I'm tired of like getting that red in my mirror instead of it just being, you know, what I'm supposed to be seeing out the back window. So I just got some nylon panel poppers, and I'm going to see what I can do, what kind of damage I can do. I can't seem to find any exposed screws anywhere, so I'm hoping that something here. There's a panel. Alright, I cannot figure out how to get these off. I did pull off the little shroud that's there, and then there's a light that goes right around here. That's all I've been able to remove. I can get the pry bars, you know, under the trim and pull it out, and I can see a couple clips, but they seem like they're already popped, so I don't know what I'm missing here. There is like a handle, like right here, and there's a couple like little things underneath here that are like, they look like little panels that could have screws underneath them, but I don't know. So I'm gonna do some more homework. I couldn't find anything really just off of some Google searches. Maybe I just got to reword it or something like that, or maybe it's on a forum or something that I haven't joined. But, you know, whatever. I'm going to look it up. All right, I found some vague directions. I think I just need to pull harder on the trim, and then there's some metal clips I got to find and pry those out of their slots. There wasn't really any indication of where exactly those metal clips are, so it's going to be kind of a search and destroy sort of thing. So yeah, I'm going to try to figure out how to yank on this hard when I can't hardly get my fingers in there. So sounded like something popped there. I don't know if that's a good one or a bad one. there's one. I think there's something here. It's got to be attached right here with screws, because there's no play here. You know, there's not without breaking it. Not that I can see. All right, I got a small screwdriver. Hopefully I can use it as a pry. It is the kind that has the removable bits. But I'm hoping I can get under this little ledge. Let me show you. Let me see if I can get a shot of that. Apparently I forgot to press record. But I popped them out. Here they are. Kind of boogered this one up a little bit, but it'll still work fine. Okay, here's my broken, busted one. At least the light part is dangling there, and then the rest of it is kind of up in here, so I gotta pull those two screws and I should be able to remove the rest of that assembly. Well, that sucks. The plug is even broken. So, I need to get a new plug. That's not going to be something easy to have on hand. I got my new one. I guess I could just plug it in and do it for now, but I'll have to open this all back up to replace that plug at some point. I guess it's not that big a deal as long as it's in there and it works. But I don't like that. How's that going? Like that. So there's a little nub here that fits into this hole. It's like when you're sliding it up, you have to get it above that. And then you can tighten them down. All right, so it's in, it's working. I just got to put everything back in. But the good thing is, like, from the inside, I couldn't really see it. So, but I came out here and I checked the footage, and I could tell that it was on. I could see the light on the door there as well, reflecting. So it works. I'm happy. Now I just got to put it all back together, which should be everything else in reverse. I'm going to film it just because I could come into some issue or something like that. But for the most part, it looks like snap everything back in, put in a couple screws, done. Overall, it's not that hard. The hard part is getting that panel off. That part took a lot more effort than I expected. I mean, those clips are pretty strong. Anyways, I'll do a time lapse on this just to get it all wrapped up quick. See all these metal clips? There's quite a few of them all around. And one other thing we got to pay attention to is we got to make sure we get that cord for the little trunk light back through. So something to pay attention to. And we got to figure out how these all line up again. And there's even little slots for this to slide in to the panel ahead of it. So put that in there, put that in there. I just want to make a quick note. I'm almost done. Literally, the last thing I gotta do is put this little cap on, which is in that handle. They have little tabs, if you can see them, and they kind of go like this, like a smile. So it's kind of face up, but they're unique shapes. They're kind of mirror images of each other. So you gotta get the right one in the right place. But the fact that this has a tab on what would be the bottom, it's basically right here, makes it really awkward to put in. But you have to get that part in first before you can do the sides, and the bottom just snaps in place. There's not a tab, or I'm sorry, the flat edge doesn't have a tab on it. I'm out of breath. This is kind of a workout to like crawl in and out of this thing. It's so small. I'm 6'3", so small places are difficult for me. Anyways, I just want to make a quick note of that. Also another thing is the holes for the screws that go on that handle, they weren't lining up, and I had one or two little clips that weren't popped in. I couldn't really tell from where I was sitting or where I was at outside, but when I got in, I could then see the panel gaps. So you want to check all those panel gaps because it will just pull you just a touch out of alignment, and you won't be able to get those screws in. So, and then even then, after I did get them in, they didn't quite line up. So I found if I kind of squeeze the panel to the rear deck door, or whatever you call it, the rear hatch, kind of squeeze it to it, then I could get it to line up and then thread the screw in, which you have to do on your screwdriver. So I actually took this off because I have a ratcheting one. I took this ratcheting piece off because it's extendable, and just used this. That way I could quickly just, I put the screw on there and just jabbed it in there and twisted it and just got it started. I don't know if there's a specific tension they're supposed to be at. They weren't terribly tight. They were just firm, when I was unscrewing them. So I just kind of pushed them until they wanted to stop, and then just gave them just a touch more to keep them locked in place. Anyways, I'm gonna throw this last one in and then clean up all the extra crap and all the broken pieces. And then I'm done. I'm ready to rock. I'll have a tail light that isn't lighting up my rearview mirror every time I hit the brakes. Just for showing before and after, that's what it looks like now. No more red glowy thing in my rearview mirror. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Just one thing down on this car. There's not like a ton of stuff, but you know, little things bug me. That was like $100 for that new light. That was the cheapest price I could find on it too. Overall, it's not hard. It was just pulling that panel, that trim around the edge, that was really stubborn. You really have to yank hard on it. Those are metal clips, not like the typical plastic clips you find in a lot of Japanese and American models. So they were tough. But once they came off, once I got kind of one, I was able to like get my hand in there, and I could put my hand down in there, just kind of slide it in, and then I just kind of twist my hand, and it would just pop, 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 until they all came off. Sucks about that cord for the plug for the brake light actually being snapped in half, but it was still usable. So I just used it because I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to locate one of those quickly, you know, quick enough for me to like get it, you know, today and put it in, because I don't want to leave my car disassembled because I have to drive it. It is my daily right now. So anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. If you enjoyed this, you know, let me know. If you have any other tips or tricks, the things I did wrong that could have been done better, let me know. You know, sharing information is what this is all about. Anyways, until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Here's all the broken stuff. Guess that would go in like that.